Hey guys, it's me, EODGamerZ here. Now in this video, I want to talk to you about your trading stash perhaps. Why hasn't it been moving? Why is no one seemingly buying your stuff? And what exactly are people buying? Now I spend majority of my time on the markets as well as trading. As you can see, hardly do like citadels and stuff like that. But that's what this channel is all about. And I want to answer the most important question right now that you guys might be feeling. Why is your stuff not moving? The long story short, first things first is right now we are in like a middle game kind of atmosphere in terms of the overall landscape. Most people have already healthily progressed through their maps. They are at tier 15s and stuff like that. So they have a good amount of resources, good amount of farm, and they are progressing through to get the end game chase items. For example, like your Ingenuity belts, your Temporalis, your Estramantis. That's why you see all these chase items going up. And a lot of people are running, for example, popular builds, for example, like Hoa in the glove. So if you are selling a lot of gloves, a lot of people might be shifting towards the meta because that's what all the big content creators who are selling you meta builds are telling you to go for. So everyone goes into them. So your gloves, like for example, like this one I have here, which is quite okay, but is practically no one will buy it because everyone just goes to the better alternative, which is a Hand of Wisdom and Action, Hoa. So that aside, the type of items that you're selling also makes a massive difference. If you are selling, for example, 10 exalted, 20 exalted stuff, there are not really like anyone is ever going to use them. Like for example, like these ones over here, which are neither good nor bad, neither super high above average. They're just like kind of mid. So even though you have them at 20 exalted, no one is going to buy them at all, even though exalt prices are so cheap. And there are stuff that are being sold also. This amount that I put in my inventory is not just for fun. It's the amount that I actually made today so far only based on the sales that I have. I've been playing for like 2 hours based on transaction. I'll share with you what people are buying as well. But if you have any lower tier gear, these are practically not too useful right now. For me, my strategy of how I do it is for example, we start off with a 50 exalted if they are like somewhat decent. For example, maybe like this one here, like this one here. Stuff that are okay, I'll put them in the 50 basket. Stuff that are like really, really trash, and I just emptied out the 30 exalted. So stuff that are like not too bad, it'll go down the line. I place them based on what I feel like the market demands. Of course, I've been doing this since day one, so I kind of get a sensing of what items are worth immediately when I see them. But you will not always know exactly what's the current market price because it fluctuates. So if it sits here for like 5 days, I'll fill this stash entirely up. Or maybe you can keep a record. For example, if this one, you can shift. For example, if these items are the first day, they stay here. If the next day, they are not sold, you can move them 1 column down. And then once it hits like the column to the left, you can do your own like methodology of things. For me, once I fill it up, I see that it hardly moves. I just take the entire stash. I move them down 1 tier. So 50 exalted down to the 30 exalted. And today I just emptied my whole 30 exalted and I bring it down to the 20 exalted. So at least it will tell you, you will help like capitalize as much as you can. And once you get, for example, to like the 10 exalted bracket, that's when I just take it and I sell it off because I much rather the goal to help me do my a lot of the strategies that we talked about on the channel. If you're interested in why do I have so little gold even though I've been playing for like first day, where is all my gold going to? We actually use it to do a lot of trading strategies on the channel. Check it out if you're interested. I think it will make you a lot of money, especially the one on like Zero to Mirror. Our strategies on the channel gets you a lot of resources, but it drinks gold like crazy as well. So I do take all of the stuff, I sell them off, use them as things. The second part to all of this, now that we talked about why your stuff isn't selling, because more people are getting to the late game, if you talk about the player base right now, there are lesser new players coming in than there are people already probably super established in this league. Once the next league comes, once it gets out of early access, of course, we're going to have a huge influx of newer players or people who maybe like quit halfway because maybe they got scammed of like divines. They did a bad trade. Someone gave them alchemy ops instead of divine ops and they got scammed. So it's like, it leaves a sour taste in the mouth. A lot of people might drop off halfway and then next league, once everything is better, everything resets, everyone's on level playing ground again, we will have a huge influx of players again coming back to join the system. That's how generally these kind of league-based system games work. So now that we talked about that, it's just a natural progression. We are in the middle to late game, or right, maybe middle upper. The question then is, what exactly are people buying right now? And the thing that I noticed is, how do I make so much money? This is actually quite a lot. If I were to rewind 2 weeks back, I would probably never make this much in like an hour or two. But people are buying a lot of stuff for multiple divines. Previously, when I was like trying to sell stuff in my like stash, it will only be like maybe 1 divine, 2 divines go easily. Anything more than like 5 divines, people start bargaining with you. Can I have it cheaper? Can you give me a discount and stuff like that? But that's not how exactly it's optimal. One thing that I noticed right now is people can afford stuff like multiple divine items that are just sitting in my inventory. So for example, like this one 12 divine, I just sold something that's like 27 divine, another 20 divine item just earlier, also in a couple of minutes ago, just before this video. People are very happy to buy out those big items. Stuff like these cost a bit of money. Stuff like this, it's really, really nice to see that there are so many people who are very, very wealthy now, can afford more items. But generally what I see is items that are on your high end, closer to your mirror tiers, are the ones that are being sold because people are upgrading their gear. Everyone is getting better. They can afford the better stuff right now. And I think very importantly is to focus on the thing that your uniques do not replace. So what are some of the examples? Your body over here, Morior is a very, very popular choice for a lot of classes because of the socketed stuff. Morior is the one that drops by Arbiter of Ash. So your bodies have a natural competition already. So if you are crafting bodies and you're selling bodies and you're wondering why no one is buying them, perhaps it's because it's fighting against meta items. If you are crafting gloves and you have like a seemingly godly glove they are trying to sell for like 5 divines, maybe you're competing a lot with the Hand of Wisdom and Action as well, which is very, very competitive, which is also meta. If you have, for example, bows, you are competing with expert dual string bows, which is the meta. We talked about like what is the things that we craft, what actually makes money on the channel. We do like our bulk crafting. I don't just like bulk craft random stuff. I bulk craft with an aim to profit, and a lot of the videos actually we do flip a profit as well for especially the bulk crafting ones. So you can check it out. If you're a mage, check out the one video. If you're a Deadeye Ranger, check out the bow, and we will soon have a quiver video. I'll teach you step by step how to craft and make money as well. If you're interested, do like subscribe and stay tuned. Check those videos out. I think it's very, very helpful to help you make money. Boots as well. Boots are really, really nice. They're really tasty. I find this is probably one of the easiest ones to make money if you can land a 35% with a nice set. But of course, it's very, very difficult to get those nice stats. But we did show in a bulk video how to craft properly. For belts, if you're wondering why no one is buying your belt, I'm not hovering over it because my utility belt is absolutely disgusting. I don't want to like gross you guys out with the stats, but it competes heavily with this utility belt over here, the Ingenuity belt. As you can see in my stash over here, I have tons of these divine belts. Where's my belts? Right, one whole row of belts. These are all okay. Previously, 2 to 3 weeks ago, they were selling like hotcakes. But now, as everyone can afford an Ingenuity belt and moving towards there, no one is buying this stuff. So these are going to be used as my goal eventually. I see no one buying this at all. It has been sitting here for practically days and days. If you go on the trade site and you search any of these belts, you'll probably see them sitting for a while under my name as well. But yeah, so that's the major things that are happening right now. And I think how that we can profit from it is, I think more importantly is you need to start doing bulk crafting. You need to start crafting your gear, starting to find better gear and rolling it up. What do I mean by that? A lot of people now are going to the whittling of like Omens of Whittling. You can see it's very, very expensive, even though they quote unquote increase the drop rates. Your annulments, Omen of Dextral annulments and stuff like that, they are all very, very expensive, and people are spam crafting these stuff like non-stop to get the mirror tier gears. And as we go on into the later game, you will start seeing that. Another example of how you can tell that a lot of people are crafting right now, so they get a lot of gear themselves too, is your essence prices. Previously, your essences would be super, super cheap. You can go get like a couple of them for like 1 exalted. Now, to get the essence of electricity, if I want to hit the market straight away, it will cost me 8 exalted for 1 essence of electricity, which means a lot of people are crafting these essences for their gear to snipe the better ones. And if everyone is doing the crafting, they probably more often than not have already a pretty decent wand available, so they probably don't need your wand, which is like even you probably won't use it. My rule of thumb, if I won't use it, it's not an upgrade for me. Probably other people will not do it as well, especially since a lot of people might be way, way ahead in terms of gearing. Some people on the like Reddit I saw is like 1 million, 2 million DPS tooltip. That's crazy amounts. But anyways, guys, if you found this video helpful and insightful, do like, comment, and subscribe. And I highly recommend you check out these 2 other videos on the channel, especially the one on the channel if you find 0 to mirror, how we actually get to a mirror just simply by doing our strategies that we talk about on channel. And thank you guys again so much for watching. See you in the next video.